One of the two planes that crashed into the World Trade Towers originated in Boston.
An American Airlines plane.
On its way to Los Angeles, as we see the view from where Aaron Brown and the Fox team are looking at the damage in New York there. Another plane, apparently from Newark. Now that report came in a little bit earlier, that might have been the second plane, and everything is sketchy right now because things are happening so quickly.
Pentagon.
This is the shot of the Pentagon. There's an explosion. It was hit either by an airplane or a helicopter. The reason I step back to say specifically because we've had some conflicting reports. Most of the
people
reports
who have
saying
seen it said it was a plane.
A plane, yeah. That's what we're
If you have any other way, perhaps email. If you have any other way of contacting your loved ones, try and do it without using the telephone because telephone lines in New York are...
All right, once again, here is the Pentagon. We're saying an airplane. One eyewitness said he saw the tail of a large airliner, not just a plane, but a large airliner, hitting the Pentagon just outside of Washington, D.C. This is the view from Washington.
Steve, assuming that this was a...
All right, a senior law enforcement official is reporting that a car bomb exploded outside the State Department. Again, this is the State Department in Washington, not to be confused with the Pentagon. All right, now the shot we're seeing is of the World Tower in New
We
York.
see the second one bang into it. We're on the roof of it. We're a block away. I mean,
what's going through your mind when you see this
you
happen?
see bodies flying out of the sky, and you can't do nothing about it. You tell me. You tell me what you think. I mean, my heart's in my mouth. I mean, I pray for these people. There's no words to describe what's going on out there. I mean, you see bodies just coming a half hour later, still coming out of the goddamn sky. Devastating. Devastating. I can't imagine anything worse than this. There's got to be... I can't imagine. You know everybody on the plane must have died. The floor, I got friends of mine on 104th floor, friends on other buildings. I just spoke to one of my friends a half hour prior to that, getting ready to go upstairs to go to work. It's devastating. I mean, I've seen a lot of construction accidents. I've seen a lot of bad things happen. Never seen a jet fall out of the sky into a building, no less once, but twice. Devastating.
I want to bring into the conversation General Al Haig, the former Secretary of State. General Haig, at a time like this, how does America respond prudently, with the proper amount of caution, and yet with whatever force needs to be applied?
Well, first we have to know the full limits of this tragedy, and it's unprecedented, of course. But we have to stay above all united and calm and ready to take resolute action, which sometimes we have failed to do in the recent past. When the perpetrators are uncovered, and we have many, many indicators of precisely who they are, this was too broadly based a terrorist act to be just a few crazies. This is a terrorist movement, and we know where they're located today. And obviously, as a nation, we're going to have to take action against them.
But clearly that action is going to be some days, if not weeks or months away.
Oh, it has to be very carefully assessed before any action is taken, of course. And we have to be reasonably assured that those that we are moving against are the perpetrators. And I think we know where to center our look. All we have to do is look at the world today with the Palestinian and bin Laden groups.
Who are the terrorists that you think are the most likely suspects?
Well, I'm not going to speculate because I don't have inside knowledge, and it would be rather foolish to do that. But I do think we have the means to assess it, and there will be many statements, many parties claiming credit, somehow already have done so, for the World Trade Center bombings.
Clearly, with what's going on in the skies, where even apparently innocent civilian airliners can be employed as weapons of terrorists, what is our military doing right now, General Haig? What should they be doing?
Well, they have to be on full alert, and I would have hoped that we would get some aircraft up in the air to enforce the ban on flights. That has to be done if it has not already been done, and I'm sure it has been.
We saw the same thing happen.
All right, General Alexander Haig, former Secretary of State, thanks for being with us. Rick Leventhal once again with our producer Carlos Van Meek is in Lower Manhattan. You cannot even see the sky there because of the soot, the ash, the crumbled concrete that is continuing to rain down. after one of the two towers of the World Trade Center, the upper floors, collapsed. This after this apparent terrorist attack this morning that sent a large jetliner, perhaps two large jetliners, slamming into the Twin Towers.
Come over this way, Pat.
You can see the
Fine,
chaos.
no. We can see the top of the building from here. Oh, yeah. Oh, there it goes, there it goes, there it goes, there it goes. Oh,
When it comes down, we're
all right. We do need to put it down now. I think we need to put it down now. Here we go.
What you're looking at now, we believe, is tape of the first building collapsing earlier. If you just tuned in, you hear the tragedy and the drama. I believe this is from earlier, was it not?
I think so. They should take the live down because that was the...
That was live.
That was the second tower.
The second tower has just collapsed.
Oh, my God.
It is worse than we thought. The second tower just collapsed.
Oh.
When I didn't see the tower behind the smoke, I got that sick feeling.
The Twin Towers of New York, the two towering,
Oh, my gosh.
110-story high that mark the downtown skyline of New York,
No longer exist.
and one of the symbols of New York City and of the United States, as Dorothy just said, no
And
longer
of
exists.
capitalism
When you
itself.
were just hearing Rick Leventhal saying, there it goes, that's the second one. I thought that was the tape of the first, and then I realized he was saying, get out, get out.
What you're looking at now, that empty space, is where the Twin Towers. Now, within the drama of the building falling, you
Oh
have
my
to
gosh.
you have to ask the question and hope the answer is that they're all out of there. But among the fire and the chaos going on, you don't know how many people were trapped in those two towers. What kind of
And you're talking
tragedies?
about people on the ground?
What kind of tragedies of people who were trapped in there, the people on the ground, as this
And those are not easy buildings to get out of.
I would
I mean,
think
they were
not.
trying to evacuate the second.
Although, you know, what can you say about 110-story buildings, and it happened at the top, but after what happened in '93, when the bombings took place in the garage
Parking
there,
garage.
When 6 people were killed.
these buildings were gone over as
Oh, yeah.
completely as you can for escape routes and safety and everything else, but nothing
like
obviously
this.
will get in the way of this.
Nothing
These are probably were the most analyzed buildings in terms of safety after what happened in 1993, when it was a remarkable tragedy. 6 people died. At this point, one can't even speculate how many lives have been lost, how many
Well, then
lives have
about
been irrevocably
6
changed.
people were killed, about 1,000 people were injured, and that was just in the basement of the building.
And that was, if you can say this, relatively minor compared to... Now, there is a tableau for you. On the left side over there, the Empire State Building,
It's hard to believe
which was the
that's New York.
former tallest building in the world and representative of New York. And off to the right, as you look down toward the end of the Hudson River and New York Harbor, the Twin Towers, 110 stories high, 1,300 plus feet, I believe, gone.